Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are doing the team building guide for the TEQ Transforming Frieza EZA. Usually I get these out the night before the event, but obviously we didn't know anything about what the details for the event were. We didn't know what the specific category was going to be, what typings of units get the damage reduction further on, or anything like that. Now, unfortunately, this is, I think, the first time this has happened, but the EZA is now out, but the wiki has not been updated. So if you go to the page for the EZA, it still does not show the weakness, it doesn't show the later categories. In fact, none of the information for the new units and the new categories or anything like that is up on the wiki yet. So not exactly sure what's going on their end. Normally they're pretty good with getting the site updated fairly quickly, but at the time of recording, this is now like 3 hours after the banners came out and they're still not updated yet. So we're going to do what we can, because I figured I could, sleep for, however long, 8, 9 hours, whatever, and then maybe it'll be updated by the time I wake up. But by that point, the event's going to be out for nearly 12 hours. So, people probably want a team building guide a little bit sooner than that. So fortunately, we know from the game that the weakness is the Legendary Existence category, or aka Goku's new category from the LR Goku. So if you pulled the LR Goku, you're obviously off to a great start. Now, here's a 30-stage EZA, so everything that would normally apply. The only problem is, of course, once we get to stage 20, we don't know what the damage reduction is going to be. Most of the time, when it's extreme types, they get extreme type units get a damage reduction. And usually you can pretty much guarantee the type disadvantage is going to be one of the ones, so probably AGL. Type advantage is always one of the ones that's never going to be affected, so obviously you're going to be mostly looking for super int legendary existence characters, which obviously starts off with the Goku. So total rewards are obviously all the medals you need to EZA TEQ Transforming Frieza, a bunch of TEQ orbs, and then you also get 11 TEQ type Kais and of course 30 stones. And then it will have the standard missions. You'll get 4 of them as long as you get through the later stages fast enough and are using a character from the Legendary Existence category. So obviously, to do the bulk of this team building video, it's going to be very different to all the other ones because we don't have the wiki pages to reference, but we do have the category page here for the actual Legendary Existence category from the DBZ space. So obviously Goku is the leader. Now, as we go through here, like I said, we don't know necessarily what the typing is going to be. I want to get the video up as quickly as possible to help out people as early as possible, but once the information does get updated, I can always put like a pinned comment on the video to let you know if these typings are going to be affected. Because obviously if int types are what you want to go for, if extreme types are not going to suffer from damage reduction, which, it's a fairly small-ish category, so maybe they won't exclude extreme types because that does cut out a lot of the units in the category. So obviously Kid Buu is going to be a pretty good choice. He's very good at dealing damage, and of course he recovers a lot of HP on super attack, which is really, really useful for EZAs because you can't use any items to heal. So he's definitely going to be very useful. Units like Int LR Bojack as well, very, very strong defensively, able to deal quite a lot of damage. And obviously units like the STR Bojack are going to be super good link partner for him, even if he's not doing the most damage. Obviously, if the STR becomes one of the typings that suffers from damage reduction, then he's maybe not the best choice, but he's still going to be good to link up with the LR Bojack, and his defense is going to be pretty reasonable. So someone I think is definitely going to be an MVP is the LR God Goku. Obviously, he's a super int. He has a built-in chance to dodge as well as a built-in chance to crit for the first bunch of turns. And unless you go, like, higher than stage 30, you're probably not going to go for is it 7 turns? Yeah, 7 turns for that chance for his passive to run out. So he's going to be very strong all the way throughout the event. Even at 55%, he can dodge, he can crit. So he is going to be very, very useful. He also has the Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans leader skill. So if you need to, you can use him as a lead and run mostly Pure Saiyans. I don't think there are any Hybrid Saiyans on this category, actually. But there are quite a lot of pure Saiyans, so obviously that is going to help out if you need to use a different leader. If you don't have him, obviously you could use the old Int God Goku, although he's not particularly great. Another unit that's going to be really, really good here if they don't nerf extreme types is obviously the Int Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. For Global, he hasn't returned on a banner yet, so you're maybe a little bit less likely to have him, but obviously on JP, he was recently featured on the Super Vegeta banner, which was a very good banner to summon on, because Super Vegeta was incredibly powerful. So Broly is obviously going to be very, very good. He links up well with the other Saiyan characters, so of course he's going to be very strong. And same with the Bojack, if STR is not one of the typings that gets nerfed, then STR LR Broly is on this team. And whilst he's not going to be getting his full buff because we're not fighting against the right enemy typing, he's still very, very powerful. So if STR is not one of the typings that gets nerfed, then obviously he's going to be very, very strong in this event as well. With the same name update, obviously you can run them both, but they don't link. But the LR Broly will be an absolute powerhouse as long as he doesn't have the damage reduction. So then of course we have the UI Gokus. So in UI Goku is obviously the top choice because he has the type advantage. You don't have to worry about what typings are going to get nerfed. Again, STR, if it's not being nerfed, the LR UI Goku is a very solid choice as well. Because in UI Goku's really, really good after transforming. He's still solid pre-transformation, of course. But STR LR Goku is very powerful straight from turn 1 because he has that 70% chance to dodge. So he's going to be very, very good. And then if physical doesn't get nerfed, then obviously the free-to-play physical UI Goku is a fairly decent choice. He's a good support unit if you are going to bring the other UI Gokus as well. So he can be a very good choice. And then of course on the topic of UI Gokus, we do have the AGL LR one. Now, like I said, the AGL is likely to be one of the types that gets its damage nerfed because it is the type disadvantage. But of course with LR UI Goku, he does have that built-in chance to crit. So even if the event is nerfing AGL, then it's going to be not a great idea to run him. Although he'd still be okay defensively because he's got that 70% chance to dodge. But yeah, you probably don't want to run him if AGL is getting nerfed. If it's not, then the built-in crits helps you bypass type disadvantage even if you only have him at 55%. So he is a very strong option as well. So then we have the God Goku will be a very good defensive unit here because the TEQ FRIEZA is actually in the movie bosses category. So this TEQ God Goku will be a really, really good tank. If TEQ is one of the types that gets damage reduction, then it's not really a big deal because this God Goku doesn't do crazy damage, but he's so good for tanking in events with a movie boss enemy that even if TEQ is the type that gets nerfed, I think he's probably worth bringing along anyway. And then we have this free-to-play Goku, the Super Saiyan, on the Realm of Gods category because he awakens from the God Goku. He'll be a solid free-to-play option because at least he's on the category and he has type advantage. Same could be said for like the Int Bardock from the World Tournament, but to be perfectly honest, he's so outdated now that maybe he's not even really worth bringing. But if nothing else, he'll link up well with the other Saiyan units and at least he has type advantage. If physical doesn't get nerfed, then obviously we've got physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Bardock would be a reasonably good support unit, although he's not the best defensively. Physical Dokkan Fest Beerus is obviously going to be able to do some solid damage, although his links with the rest of the team are not particularly great. So really a lot of this is going to come down to which typing is the one that gets nerfed. Are they going to nerf extreme types? Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit difficult to decide. Basically, you want to fill the rest of your team with super int types if you need to. Because obviously, you know, the new category, if you're missing a bunch of these units, you can run leads like the int Gogeta, who now that he has his Easy A, has a 130 lead, pretty solid. Int Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the 50% support int Gohan. Like, those units aren't on the category, but they're going to help buff your team if you are able to bring a bunch of strong int units. And obviously, if you pulled the LR Goku, I mean, he's probably going to solo the event up to at least stage 20, I would imagine, just because of how ridiculously powerful he is. And if you manage to find a friend that has dupes, then obviously he's just going to be even more ridiculously powerful. So because the category is quite limited, I don't think they'll put too many restrictions on it. But like I said, once the wiki gets updated, I will put a pinned comment onto the video just to update you guys as to which units cannot be used. So there you go. This one, a little bit different to the previous team building guides. Unfortunately, it's not as in-depth or as high quality as the previous episodes. I do apologize for that. But like I said, the wiki hasn't been updated, so we don't have that information available at present. And I'd rather get the guide up now to help out some people early on, rather than wait until the event's been out for like pretty much the whole day. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what teams you use down below. If you've already beaten it, then obviously share those team builds and help people out. If there's any other units that you think I should have gone over or should have talked about in more detail, then let me know that down below in the comment section as well, and we can continue the discussion down there. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.